It's fun to be scared. One of the reasons people like to go to haunted houses is that it's very stimulating. It's been called the thrill of fear.
Give me some meat!
One place where the thrill creates enough adrenaline to reach critical mass is a 36,000 square foot haunted house in St. Louis called The Darkness.
Get out now while you got the chance!
During the Halloween season, more than 50,000 people will trek through a dark maze created to dredge up their deepest fears. The maestro of the Haunted Mansion is Larry Kirchner, one of the most famous names in the dark art of scaring people.
I remember building my first haunted house in my basement and charging $0.25 to get in. I think I was like 5 years old.
Now, decades later, Larry's turned his passion for playing with people's fears into big business.
Power tools really scare people.
His company, Halloween Productions, designs and builds haunted houses around the country. Every installation, a spine-tingling test lab for the science of fear.
When they come to my haunted house, I want them to believe that everything that is happening is real.
Help me!
That you are in imminent danger. If they believe that they're in trouble, they're twice as scared.
People line up for a trip through the darkness, expecting to be scared. So Larry dissects every minute of the haunting experience. The first step is to create an environment that evokes a sense of realism.
If you're doing a mansion, for example, a couple zombies in a black room, that doesn't ring a bell with me. What rings a bell with me is walls that look like they're deteriorating, they're falling apart, a ram head on the wall, antique furniture. Because whenever you see the Addams Family or the Munsters, you think about the creepy furniture. You think about the creepy pictures turned to the left, turned to the right, and the dust and the cobwebs. You have to be able to walk through it and go, wow, this is everything I ever thought a haunted house should look like.
The key isn't just frightening people once, it's sustaining the fear in order to overcome the rational brain and trigger the fight or flight response. And that involves using a wide variety of treacherous tricks, even before the customers enter.
And some people just kind of are in a haunted environment in the queue line, and every so often, an animation will jump down on them, like this one, and it just gives them a little scare. They don't expect anything to happen in the queue line, and that's great.
That's characterized as a startle scare, an unexpected surprise that causes adrenaline levels to spike. But to keep the adrenaline pumping, several methods of shocking the customer need to be waiting around every corner.
You shouldn't be here.
You're gonna love this. I'm gonna press this pressure. This is the type of animation that gets right in your face, so it really scares people.
With sensors in the floor, the customer sets the first scare in motion. Now, the timing is perfect for the second, or the distraction scare. A motion sensor activates animatronics, pulling the customer's attention away from the main scare in the room lurking ahead.
Don't leave me! Don't leave me!
Larry bombards as many senses as possible, using a blend of visual, oral, and tactile elements to keep hearts racing with a foreboding level of suspense.
Some people think this stuff is real, and they touch this stuff, put some Vaseline on there, and they get that stuff on their hands. It's great.
Another psychological trick is to play to people's phobias.
Anything that scares them. Claustrophobia, if they feel like they're in a tight space, they might start panicking. They're scared of the darkness because they don't know what is in front of them. And here's your classic dropping spiders. Spiders drop down on your head. People always love that.
In fact, props like spiders and snakes may be tapping into a primal fear in our brains. Studies suggest that the fear of spiders and snakes may have evolved from man's earliest days. when quick reaction time to objects that posed a threat could mean the difference between life and death.
Researchers have shown spiders and snakes elicits a very fast reaction time from their subjects, suggesting that there is a very early warning system for these objects, possibly built into our fear response at a very early time in order to ensure survival.
But tapping into primitive fears is just part of the fun at the state-of-the-art haunted house. The darkness also uses lasers and animatronics. It's even the first haunted house in the world to use computer-generated images to keep up with sophisticated audiences and heighten the thrill of fear.
Greetings, foolish trespassers.
Larry spares no expense. He spent well over $250,000 on his creepy construction. But while Larry thinks all that high-tech stuff is just fine, nothing takes the place of...
You wanna kiss the baby? Kiss the baby! Kiss the baby! You can kiss the baby!
On the busiest nights, more than 35 actors are on hand to paralyze the patrons. And they all have something in common.
We're having a lovely party!
They love to scare people.
The rush of it, I love it.
It's very empowering for little girls to be able to chase 6-foot guys around while they're screaming and running from you. It's lots of fun.
The actors are prepped with makeup, masks, and costumes. But it takes more than a ghoulish look to do the job. The performers have their own methods for getting the patrons to jump out of their skins.
Say you have a group of 6 people. You hit the middle of the group. You don't jump out at the beginning of the group. You hit half and half, so 3 and 3. You try to split, as you will, the pins. Oh, that's how we call it. We call it bowling. Timing is everything. You could have the best makeup, the best props. If you don't have timing, you're not going to scare anybody.
And frightening thousands of people every season is the true mark of a successful haunted house.
When you hear an authentic scream, not a but you hear a ah! You know, when you hear that, you know you did your job.